All right, so next we've got an individual submitter, Julie Downard. Julie, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. 23 May 2019 was a momentous day in Christchurch. Right here in this chamber, you, the City Council of Christchurch, had the courage and the wisdom to declare a climate and ecological emergency. It was a really solid declaration, one of substance, and I'm here to remind you today of the commitment you made to our community on that day. This annual plan needs to be true to that commitment, no matter what our current circumstances. Leanne Dalziel mentioned the urgency of the need for everyone to take action to reduce carbon emissions to zero, the need to better prepare ourselves, and she said that cities have a large responsibility in addressing climate change. She said it makes financial sense to act now, because ironically the costs will increase if we don't. If we don't invest now, there will be a significantly greater cost later. Clause 3 of the declaration is key. Climate change leadership and safe and sustainable water should be the overarching objectives of our key strategic documents. So I have to ask you, how exactly does your current annual plan meet this threshold when climate change is not mentioned in it once? You want to cut 77% of the active transport budget and 26% of public transport, but only 16% of the roading budget. How does that fit with making climate change the overarching priority? Cars have had virtually the whole budget for decades. We have all the roads we need, and they'll last another year. It's time to redress the imbalance. Otherwise, you lock us into yet another year of increasing emissions. The economic and social impacts of the pandemic are tiny compared to what will be unleashed by climate destabilisation. And that is in no way to minimise the impacts of the pandemic, which have been truly heartbreaking. But we're staring down the barrel of drought, fire, flood, tornado, consequent food shortages, loss of life, the need to migrate away from the coast, migration from our near neighbours worse off than us, and social unrest, the likes of which we've never seen before. You've heard from others about the bees. During the 6th mass extinction and an insect Armageddon, you want to get rid of weeds by using an insecticide that kills the very creatures that we rely on for our food. 4 years. That's how long we have once the bees are gone. Christchurch has taken such an enlightened stance on glyphosate. Let's please keep it that way. I'm happy to pay the extra cost now to prevent catastrophic bee die-off. I'm happy to pay the extra cost now to prevent catastrophic climate change later. I'm willing to pay the less than $2 per week on average that your worst case rate scenario costs. So please make the climate and ecological emergency your overarching objective as you committed to. And I have here for each of you a copy of your climate declaration.
All right, so we can have those, we can distribute those, that's great. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to make a very clear submission. Thanks for the time taken to do that.
Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you.